Well, let's take a moment's silence here, because it is sad to see the capture, particularly of Martin Vainons, but it's now going to happen before they set sight the 5-kilometre banner, with about 8.5 kilometres to go, and the catch is made. What an incredible break. 215 kilometres in the lead for Martin Vainons, and the field is now all together. The sprinters are going to have their moment.
There is Tony Martin with the white jersey on the left-hand side there and the white helmet. He's coming forward for HTC Columbia. The blue and pink jersey on the right-hand side, that now is going to be for Team Lamprey, and that, of course, is for Alessandro Patacchi. There's a lot of riders up here for Cervelo Test Team. They will be looking after Thor Hushovd. You can see all the jerseys now getting themselves together, getting themselves nice and organized, because they know they're inside of 8 kilometers to go, and that's not much more than 9 minutes left of effort after almost 5.5 hours in the saddle.
You can feel the energy outpouring from the peloton now. Nervous energy is what I'm actually referring to, because those heads are twisting in every direction to see where are the sprinters, who is helping them, who is moving to the front, to try and work out the calculations. The mauve jerseys there are for the two sprinters, Bole and Patacchi. The white jerseys now of Cervelo, they are looking for Thor Hushovd to take him to the line.
Well, the blue and white jerseys of Milram, they're looking after Gerard Cholek. All of the big sprinters now are getting excited. They're moving up to the front end of the main field. They're waiting for the moment to start the final charge for the line, but they don't want to go too soon, because they want to make sure that they can place their sprinters in an ideal position and leave them with only 300 or 400 meters of effort left to do.
Well, this is not the moment for the nervous. Take a look down at that peloton. These riders now will be virtually leaning on one another's shoulders here. If you're at the back, it is very, very difficult to move through the traffic to get to the front. And the reason they keep the pace high is to stop anybody sprinting off the front of the pack. They don't want attacks now. They want the sprinters to come home to the finish in Brussels and take it out.
I notice Katusha moving up. They'll be looking after Robbie McEwen. Robbie McEwen has won on this same boulevard on 4 occasions when he's won Paris-Brussels. In fact, he's won Paris-Brussels on 5 occasions. The other time it finished somewhere else. He knows this finish. He knows it to perfection. He knows exactly how to race. The other riders, the younger riders like Farah and, of course, like Mark Cavendish, they don't know it quite as well as Robbie McEwen. McEwen actually came here a couple of days ago, Phil, before he moved up to Rotterdam, just to check it out and make sure he remembered exactly where it was. He wants to know where every stone is, every crack. He wants to win this and show the rest of the world that he's still the great sprinter that he always was.
Well, he is, of course, getting a little bit old. There's the flag of France on top here of the Atomium in the capital of Belgium, Brussels. The whole peloton are using the whole wild road now. HTC on the left, but Garmin are also mixing it in with HTC. The light jerseys in the middle. They're Milram, as Paul said. They're racing for the German sprinter Cholek. Everybody know it's the first day of the Tour de France. They all want to win it.
Well, you can see Lamprey, the team, actually getting the best lead out at the moment. They will be looking after their man Alessandro Patacchi. Ale Jet, we used to call him at the heights of his career, as we now get a little bit closer towards the finish, just inside of 5.5 kilometers. Still, HTC Columbia are waiting to unleash their very, very savage lead-out, the lead-out train that has taken Mark Cavendish to 6 victories in the Tour de France last year, 4 in the Tour de France the year before. Now he's hoping to open up his bank account this year in the very heart of Brussels. 5 kilometers to go there.
They stamp on the pedals now. It looks like the face of Bernard Eisel, who's got himself on the front. It's a sharp right-hand bend now. They're under 5 kilometers to go. It is all eyes down now, not for the nervous anymore. The flag of Belgium flies above the peloton of the Tour de France. Mark Cavendish, HTC Columbia on the front. Ralph Grabsch is the man setting the place here. Or is it Bert Grabsch? Bert Grabsch is setting, his brother's retired. And we look into the main field. We can see Tyler Farrer's team in the orange helmets trying to set it up for him. David Miller in the green jersey. He will personally look after Farrer. He's peeping in as well.
Well, Grabsch is on the front. He's followed by 2 riders from Lamprey. Then he's followed by Mick Rogers, followed by Bernie Eisel. I haven't seen him, but I know that Mark Renshaw will be there, and you can be absolutely certain that right behind Mark Renshaw will be Mark Cavendish, because Renshaw is the final lead-out man for Cavendish. It's all nervous moments here. If you touch your brakes at a moment like this, you are going to go a long way back down the main field.
That was a bit of a wobbler for grabs, but he corrected it and he got himself back on course. Now we are just 2 kilometres away from this violent reverse hairpin bend as we come down a sweeping hill to make it. And look at the speed of these boys as Lamprey now tried to help out Alessandro Patacchi and Gregor Bole.
Well, Alessandro Patacchi would dearly love to get himself a victory on stage 1. He won himself a victory of the Tour of Switzerland. Still waiting there, waiting for the right moment to pounce. It's HTC Columbia. They've done this so many times before. You know, Mark Cavendish has finished in the top 10 of stages of the Tour de France on 11 occasions. 10 of those were in victory.
Well, he's a very confident man. If he doesn't think he can win, he won't even bother to go for it. But he'll be in the hunt today now. There can't be any doubt about that. Oscar Freire, he's the big danger to all the sprinters. He knows how to handle a finishing hill like today on the Rabobank squad. Looking down now, Thor Hushovd needs to move up. He's the rider in the red jersey. 2 teammates trying to move him out and move him up the line.
Well, Gerard Cholek was right up there as well for Team Milram. Don't forget, he was a rider who went down very hard in that crash with Mark Cavendish. Henrik Hauser as well in the Tour of Switzerland. He will be looking for a bit of revenge. One man pulling off the front, and it's still HTC getting actually swamped away here. So Garmin now have come up to the front end of the main field. This is for Tyler Farah. They know he's got the ability to win this afternoon. Still no real control by HTC Columbia over on the left-hand side there. They're waiting for the right moment. I noticed Tony Martin has moved up in that line. He's got an incredible turn of speed for a kilometre or so. Cervelo test team over to the right-hand side. Still, this is all of the teams have got themselves organised. They're coming down. This is the right-hand bend that you were talking about.
And they'll switch right back on themselves here. Somebody's gone very wide. There's a crash there. Picked in the middle. It was a very, very sharp turn. As you can see, they have taken out. It's a Lamprey rider lying on the road. He looks okay, I think.
Cervelo test team have got a man down there.
HTC are down too.
Well, there you can see that's what it's all about. The Lamprey rider went down pretty hard. I think that's Oscar Freire. It is Oscar Freire. He's not going to be up there in the sprint, and it looks like Jeremy Hunt.
Jeremy Hunt, one of the sprinters riding his first Tour de France from the UK, also down there, and there was no HTC rider. That was a very, very nasty crash. We were anticipating that, I'm afraid. Now, they don't lose time, but of course they miss out on the finish. But they don't lose time because they've crashed inside the last 3 kilometres of the day. So they will be given the time of everybody else today, but they won't be in the hunt for the prize. We need to get back up there now as we will be approaching the 1 kilometre to go now as they get control of the front. Tony Martin has got himself up to the front now. Also in there is Eisel, and the green jersey of David Miller is now trying to bring the American Tyler Farrar to make it a perfect Independence Day.
Well, you can see there, this in fact, Mark Cavendish is out of the hunt here, Phil, this afternoon. He went down in that crash as well. Renshaw didn't go down. Renshaw is still in there with Bernard Eisel, but in fact, it's Garmin Transitions have got the control at the front end of the main field. Tyler Farrar will be sitting right at the back end of that group, and he's got the ideal lead out. Behind Miller, you'll have the South African Robbie Hunter. Behind the South African, you have the Kiwi Julian Dean. They've got what they wanted this afternoon. They've got the organisation at the front end of the main field.
Well, with Cavendish out now, this is a wide-open sprint here. Tyler Farrar will go in favourite. There's been another massive pile-up behind. Bernard Eisel is at the front here now as the riders have tumbled into a huge heap. The road is blocked there. I've never seen a crash like that before. They're buried. And George Hincapie walks through the melee of riders and remounts. None of they're all untangling themselves, but get back to the front. This is where the action is right now. Now, Tyler Farrar is here, but he looks a little bit tired. He's third wheel, Tyler Farrar, as he's going to get it. Hushovd is on his wheel, and Greg Bole is the rider from Lamprey who's trying to do it. This is going to be a desperate moment here. Hushovd goes on the centre. Farrar, I'm not sure, has got it, has gone. Patacchi, and another crash in the middle, and they have gone down as Patacchi has come clear now. Alessandro Patacchi is going to win the stage of the Tour de France, and he's done it amidst the massive crashes. Is he going to hang on? Yes, he is. That, Paul, is absolutely incredible.
Well, it's total chaos out there on the roads this afternoon. They were dropping like 9 pins. They're all over the road. This has been a massive crash at 500 metres to go. Blocked the road completely. There's Fabian Cancellara. Bear in mind, all of these riders will be given exactly the same time as the winner, because that happens
Well, that is amazing. What we have to remember is we just hope nobody's injured, because they don't lose time. The rule, 3 kilometres out, who you are with, you finish with, even if you fall, applies. But the thing is, are they injured as well? There was a lot of people down there.
There's Tyler Farrar. He went down in that penultimate crash there. He's being helped up to the finish line by David Miller. So Renshaw held on there for second place, just ahead of Thor Hushoff. But what chaos. Rarely have we seen chaos like that. I can't see Lance Armstrong, but I'm sure he's in there. I haven't seen Levi Leipheimer, but I have seen Fabian Cancellara just picking his way through the chaos.
Yes, George Hincapie was another one who picked his way through. Well, it is amazing. There is Lance Armstrong, back of the pack, left of our picture. He looks okay. Well, even in his 7 years as a Tour winner, he can't have seen anything like that. Fabian Cancellara will keep his yellow jersey, although he's only just finishing the day. It's been that sort of day today. Massive, massive crowds, and they've been treated to a most incredible end to the day. Mark Cavendish out at the bottom. He'll be hearing on the public address now that Farah didn't win, which will be a big surprise. Where is he? He was also in the crash, and his teammate, Cavendish's teammate Renshaw, has taken second place. But Alessandro Petacchi, now he won a stage not long ago, and I think it was in the Tour of Slovenia, Paul, where the crashes spoil the day.
Tour of Switzerland.
Tour of Switzerland, I wasn't there. Tour of Switzerland, and Petacchi then made the benefit of a multi-crash in the finish, and he's done it again. Unbelievable.
Well, he had to keep himself out of danger and out of trouble, and he was hovering there all of the time, waiting for the right moment. He was ideally placed. His teammates looked after him. There is the yellow jersey, and that yellow jersey will remain on the shoulders of Fabian Cancellara. And just crossing the line there over on the right-hand side, Tyler Farrar. He will rue the day, Phil, that he lost an ideal chance of getting himself his first stage victory at the Tour de France, because everything was ideal for him there, apart from the crashes.
And this is Tony Martin coming in here. I'm wondering which one he was involved in. He looks okay as he rides also up towards the... There's Martin Veenans, the hero of the day, pedalling in. He was probably off the back of the race, and he's wondering what everybody is doing at the moment as he checks out just what is going on today in the Tour. Well, it has been a stunning day with the highlights of the day, a long breakaway, a massive, massive crowd. The sprinters got their wish, but they were so anxious to win the race today. We had those 3 pile-ups on the running.
Well, Phil, it's all because of the nervousness of the first day of a race like this, how important it is to get the first victory under the belt. But, you know, Alessandro Petacchi, the last time he came to the Tour de France was 2004. He didn't finish the Tour on that occasion, but the previous year he won 4 stages in the Tour de France, and that was 2003.
Well, this is the run for the line by Alessandro Petacchi. He took advantage of all the melee, but he is a world-class sprinter. He's winning his 164th event of his career right now as Petacchi sprints towards the line. It was the 4th day of the Tour de Suisse when they all fell off, and he came out and won it himself. And on that occasion, he did say, well, I may not have won if they hadn't have fallen off. I wonder what he'll say today, because that was a very difficult finish for anybody in a sprint today.